This lady is calling the church knowing she ain't got no 2-month-old baby and she ain't in need.
So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would feed a starving baby. I am calling First Baptist Church of Maryville, and it's in Maryville, Tennessee.
You said she's 2 months old?
Yes.
Have you talked to Pregnancy Resource Center?
No, I have not.
But let's talk about it, okay? Before we get into it, I'm Tamara. You're watching the Tamara Neely Show. I would like to welcome back all my returning subscribers. And if you're new here, I would like to let you know I'm happy you're here. Y'all be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and join the conversation below as we get through this video. So there's a whole lot to unpack. But before we get there, let's quickly get into a word of prayer, because on this show, we believe that prayer is our first resort and not our last. Lord God, I thank you for today. Thank you for each and every person watching this video. Thank you for believers all around the world. Lord, help us to remember that we are the church. We are your hands and feet. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, y'all. So before we get started, because I know maybe some of you guys are already, you got this view on it and you got that view, and, I can already hear the comments, okay? But let me say this. Two things can be true at one time. It is not okay to make up lies. It doesn't matter if you're doing it to prove a point. It doesn't matter if you're doing it just to see if you can get something out of it. A lie is a lie. And lying is a sin. So let's just start there. Also, another thing can be true. When someone asks you to go a mile, you should go 2. If you're a believer, you should check out Matthew 5:41. Okay. I thought about this whole situation and I'm like, if I were in this situation and somebody called me and I'm in the church office and they're saying, hey, can you get me some baby formula? Knowing me, anybody who knows me, I'm not tooting my own horn or anything, but people know I'm known for being helpful. So I'm probably going to get up, hey, how can I help? You need one, I'm going to get you, 5 more. Just because, why not, right? If a baby is in need, a baby is in need. Same time, I understand that churches have rules and they have to follow their nonprofit rules. And this lady explained it perfectly, okay? I'm not trying to make you upset. I'm just saying that everything you do involves the law, and sometimes there's more to the story. Before we get into that, though, I quickly want to play some clips of this lady doing her experiment so you can learn more about what she's doing.
So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would feed a starving baby. I am calling First Baptist Church of Maryville, and it's in Maryville, Tennessee. And on its About Me, it says that it's a vibrant community of worship and fellowship offering a variety of ministries for all ages, from kids to college students to adults. The church aims to serve its members and the surrounding community through outreach programs and events. So let's see if they would feed a starving baby. It also does not state if they are open or not.
Hello?
Hi, yes. I was calling to see if y'all could help at all. I have a 2-month-old baby and I ran out of formula, so I was wanting to see if y'all could help with formula at all.
Just a moment. Let me transfer you to Nick.
Okay.
Hello, this is Nick. How can I help you?
Hi, I have a 2-month-old baby and I ran out of formula last night. I was wanting to see if there's any way y'all could donate or get me formula for her.
You said she's 2 months old?
Yes.
Have you talked to Pregnancy Resource Center?
No, I have not.
If you will start there, they'll be able to point you in a lot of directions where you can get formula.
Well, my boyfriend called them yesterday and they didn't have any.
And they didn't point you in any other direction? They're usually really good about that.
No, they just told me to contact local churches to see if anybody could help.
I don't really have any resources to do that right now. The account where I have to give to community members is gone. It's zero. Let me point you to Helen. Have you talked to Helen Ross McNabb?
The who?
Helen Ross McNabb. It's a community resource here in town. They might be able to help you out.
So my alarm actually went off on this call, and then the rest of it was like no sound. I have no clue why. But anyways, he wouldn't help. He pretty much just gave me another community resource and told me to go use that. And I was like, dang, why did I sit there and say that I hadn't already talked to them? So anyways, it was a little glitch in my brain. But yeah, they was not willing to help. So I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And per request, somebody wanted me to call Church of the Hill. And this is in Richmond Hill, Georgia. So we are going to call them and see if they would help feed a baby or not.
Church of the Hill, this is Stacy. How can I help you?
Hi, yes. I was calling to see if y'all could help with baby formula at all. I have a 2-month-old and we ran out last night. So she's been going all night and all day without any formula.
I am not sure if our food pantry has any or not. They are about to close. Let me reach out to one of them and see. Is there particular kind or just?
And no, it's just a regular Good Start.
I don't remember seeing any down there, but
If they don't have any, do you think y'all would be able to get? I just need like a little small can.
I mean, it's our food pantry is like donation based, so I mean, if they don't have it, they're probably not. I mean, you know what I mean? Most of the stuff they get is like canned goods and non-perishable items, and diapers, stuff like that. But I'm not sure on the formula. So let me reach out to them, and I'll give you a call back. What was your name?
Nicali. Okay, so is
Sorry?
Nicali. Okay, so like the food pantry is like donations and stuff. So like even if they don't have it, you wouldn't be able to help with just a small can.
I mean, we don't have any here. You should try with United Way. Somebody mentioned something about them having gift cards. They might be able to assist. They have more resources than we do.
Okay.
Let me let me get in touch with the ladies at the way station and see. They might have some formula there.
Okay, hold on just 1 second. Hold on just 1 second. I gotta turn my baby off. Okay, this is actually just a social experiment to see if churches would actually help feed a starving baby. So I just want to let you know that. Yeah, so I just want to let you know. Thank you for your time, though.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, bye. I forgot to tell them on the last call, but yeah, it's so awkward to be like, yeah, this is a social experiment. Psych. But yeah, so these churches gather money every week from people. The donations in, especially her little thing, is all donations. So it's like, where does your money go if even your food pantry is donations? Like, so you're not investing the money that's given to you into your food pantry. And then you wouldn't help get formula for a baby, and then instead you try to send me somewhere else. Sad.
Heritage Hope Church of God.
Hi. I was wanting to see if you all could help at all. I have a 2-month-old baby, and I ran out of formula last night. I was wanting to see if y'all could help with formula.
Let me see. Give me your name and number.
My name is Nicali, or just Callie, and then my number is 859-353-7777.
7777.
Yes.
It's Kylie. What's the last name, ma'am?
Monroe, Monroe.
Now what exactly are you needing?
I just need the Good Start formula.
Okay. So how much do you need? I need to know about that.
I'm not sure. I think I usually have, I think it's maybe $17 at Walmart. I mean, if y'all could just get the formula, I could pick it up or have somebody come get it.
Well, I'm in Albany right now by myself, and I'll see if I can get somebody to do this.
Okay.
We can do this. I'll just see. Tell me what it is it's called in case I have to go get it, because I'm a great grandpa. I'm not used to picking up phone. Okay. What's it called?
Good Start.
good start. And
Sir? Sir?
And it's for infants.
Yes, sir.
Infants formulas, any flavor, anything to it, or just...
No, sir. Hey, can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Hey, okay, I'm actually just testing churches to see which ones would actually help the community, and you just touched my heart. And I just want you to know that you are an amazing person. That's the formula, but I don't need it. I just wanted to see if you were willing to help. And I just wanted to let you know that you touched me today, that you were actually willing to help or find the help.
Even I'm right now thinking internally in my church, my people won't ask for anything. They will not ask me or tell me nothing. And as a rule, most of my people have been blessed. Mm-hmm. But the ones that are struggling won't tell me. But I'm trying to figure out right now with the SNAP program dying out tomorrow, or possibly, I'm trying to figure out, I don't know how to ask my people, how many of y'all are on SNAP, because they might not want to tell me. You know? Yeah. Because my people won't tell me when they have a need. And we always try to help. I do help in the body. The Bible tells us that do good to all men, but especially those of the household of faith. So I started in the church, though it may sound hard. I started in the church, but my people very seldom ask me for anything. And we do ministry outside the church, and but a lot of churches are struggling inside. Like I said, right now, I don't know how I'm gonna get my people to tell me they get SNAP benefits.
Okay, now that you've kind of gotten the gist of her experiment, which I only included so many clips, she did a lot of them. Okay, she called a lot of churches, so there was no way I was about to add all of the calls. But apparently she called some, not only churches, but she also called some other organizations, religious organizations, and she apparently was leaving out some details or whatever. You're about to see it in these reactions. Check it out.
Yeah, the woman who's calling up all of your churches to see if they will donate a bottle of formula to her child who hasn't eaten since yesterday, she's lying. She's lying. Not entirely. Let me explain a second. She is giving you a half truth though, which is also a half lie. There are numerous people who are in her comment section calling her out for actually calling their churches. They've agreed to give formula, and then she's never posting that video. And all she's doing is posting the videos of Christian churches who are saying, no, they don't have formula, no, they can't help. And she's posting some of the mosques to say, yes, they will. So she's being very picky choosy over the churches that she's saying, oh, yep, they said yes, they said no, to make it look as though the majority of Christian churches are turning her away. That is where the lie is. Now, I will also say, on the other hand here, to the churches who genuinely did say no to her, shame on you. Shame on you. Am I Christian? No, I'm not. Do I believe in a higher power? Yes, I do. Do I believe in organized religion? No, I do not. You should not need to be a member of a church in order to get help. Is it clear that she's trying to scam people? Yes. Is it well known that she's trying to scam people? Yes. So a lot of these churches have caught on. But there were some that didn't. And there were some that were still saying no. Now, I don't know their financial situation. I live in Houston. Joel Osteen has one of the biggest churches that is here, and everybody around here knows that he's a piece of shit. And what's even more sad is that people still continue to support him and his wife and him being a piece of shit. He did the exact same thing during the hurricane 7 years ago. I wasn't even here in Houston during that time. I'm sorry, 9 years ago, because it was the year right before we moved down here. He refused to open his doors to allow people who were literally drowning in their homes and allow them to have a safe space to go and a safe bed to lay in, because he said it was God's will not to do so, to save the church. That's a piece of shit. You are a piece of shit. You are not a man of God at that point. And unfortunately, are there other churches that are like that? Absolutely. But I think that we need to have a more nuanced conversation around it, because that girl who's calling out these churches is being very picky choosy. And she's doing it because she wants to make Christians look bad. That's why. She wants to make Islam look good and Christians look bad. And you can take it one of two ways, right? You can either start to hold your churches accountable, which I hope that you do, or you can make the decision to leave the church and go to a religion that hates women and children at their core. Like if you read the Quran, they hate women and children. They hate LGBT. She's LGBT. They would literally throw her off of a roof. But hey, that's okay. As long as they pretend to be able to give a baby that doesn't exist formula, that's all that matters. Just, I think it's a shame, this whole situation all around. As somebody who is not religious, this is a shame regardless, because it's showing how easily or how greedy some churches are, but it's also not highlighting the positives of what's coming from church, and it's showcasing the positive in a very evil religion and not showing the negative in that evil religion. So that was just my 2 cents on it as somebody who isn't a part of a church and has just been watching this whole debacle fly about. I think what she's doing had good intentions to begin with, and then it escalated when she got attention to showcase her hate towards Christians. And also, she's just not giving the full truth there. Be truthful, post all the videos, and stop doing it simply because you want to push a narrative that is hateful.
So a bunch of these churches that are being blasted online by the lady that is pretending to need formula for her starving baby, you guys all know what I'm talking about. These churches are now starting to respond and to put out statements. And basically what they're saying in their statements is exactly what I said was going on. So they say, on Tuesday, November 4th, our church was targeted online. Someone who is not local called the church number and spoke with Julie. The person lied, saying that she was a mother in need of formula for her baby. She played an audio clip of a baby crying, and Julie told her that we give through Helping Hands. The lady said that Helping Hands said that they would not help her. Julie knew that she was lying because Helping Hands was closed at that time, and Helping Hands would not have turned her away. If Helping Hands was low on something like formula, we would know about it. Julie ended the call, and the lady posted a video about the call on TikTok. It was recorded and posted without Julie's knowledge or consent. She claimed it is proof that we are insincere Christians. We learned that this lady has a pattern of doing the same thing with other churches. Since the call, the church office has received nasty phone calls, voicemails, emails, Facebook comments, Google reviews. All of them come from people who do not live here and do not know us. If you watch the video that I did just before this one, this is exactly what I said was happening, is that she is calling these front desks. She is expecting that they either have formula immediately on hand or they have cash ready to give her at a moment's notice. And if they don't, she is smearing them online as unwilling to help feed a starving baby. Never mind, the majority of churches, just like this one, are giving information and resources for their food pantries. Helping Hands is this church's food pantry. And so that's where they tried to route her through. And she's lying, saying, oh, well, I already spoke to them. And you can tell that these receptionists are very confused when she says this. You can literally hear it in the call where they're like, well, that's not right, or like, that doesn't sound right. And, come to find out, the receptionist fully knew that Helping Hands, their food pantry, was actually closed at that time. There's no way she could have talked to them because they weren't even open the day that she spoke to her. But then also they said, like, if something like formula was low, we would have been informed on it. The church knows like what they have in stock at what times and what is available and what's not and things like that. Editing Lisa here, I just wanted to add, you can tell from these churches' own statements, this is why they think that she is scamming them when she calls, because nothing that she is telling them adds up with what they know is going on their side. And so they're immediately on to her. And guess what? Formula is one of the number one things that people are stealing or trying to scam. And people will literally resell it online for higher prices, or they will try to get it for free and then sell it online to make money off of it. This is like a huge problem that has been going on. So all that to say, when she is telling them that she already spoke to their food pantry, they know for a fact she hasn't because they're not even open, or she's saying that they don't have formula when they know that they absolutely have formula in stock. That immediately sends alarm bells to the church that this woman is lying and she's trying to scam them and that she may be a formula reseller. I find it interesting that the people who are all about big government and wanting to give government more power and more control now all of a sudden care about churches and what they're doing and what they're providing, and now they're all about the church providing everything. From the very beginning, the red flags were going off that this entire thing was not to like legitimately, unbiasedly get information about what churches are doing what. No, you could tell from the very beginning by the entire attitude, the entire demeanor, that this whole thing is to try to make Christians look bad and to tear down the churches and to just target Christians. It's disgusting. It's bad behavior. It is now leading to churches that are being targeted and attacked, and it's going to end up in violence. That is what is going to happen here if this doesn't stop.
To sum it all up, as I said at the beginning, two things can be true at once. I think this is a learning lesson, and also it's an opportunity for her to grow, because as you saw in the video, she was saying how she felt bad for lying. And that's the thing, is she shouldn't have been doing that anyway, because as the woman explained in one of the compilation videos, that, you know, these churches have a system and they partner with different organizations. So when she was saying that, oh no, that wasn't the case, and she called them and they said they didn't have the formula, turns out she didn't call them at all, and the churches were on to her about that. And also another thing is if she is calling from a out-of-state number, that's also might put them on alert, like, who is this really? But at the same time, when someone asks you to go a mile, go two, you know, because that's just what we do. And we have to be the hands and feet of Christ. And so this is just an opportunity. I don't agree with what she did at all. Let me make that clear. I don't agree with what she did at all. But I do see this as an opportunity, though, because I know, and you know, watching this, I'm sure, the believers watching this know that all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose. So when the devil uses something for evil, God will turn it around for good. So let this be an opportunity where churches become even more generous, and they give out of just the kindness of their heart, just because they want to see that the kids are fed. They want to see that the community is happy, you know? Like, I think that we could do better, but that's just my take on this. I want to hear your take, because maybe you don't agree with me, and that's totally fine. When I thought about making this video, I knew there would be multiple different reactions to it, and I was praying about it, like, Lord, what do you want me to say about it? And Matthew 5:41 came up for me. You know, that verse that talks about going the extra mile. So anyways, I love you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and join the conversation. I love you guys, and thanks for watching. Okay.